Once a ranger, always a ranger.
I think it's crazy that the first person to say this was Spencer, and that was one episode before this two-parter. Afterwards, it just became a mantra. Once a ranger was something I've never fully experienced until now. Before, it was mainly through clips on YouTube as a kid, and man, oh man, oh man.
You said you could find one of the jewels of the Corona Aurora! This is just a priceless ruby!
3 cosplayers loudly arguing in front of a museum. The way these episodes delve into Power Rangers history so deeply and introduce new characters through it is admirable. Miratrix and Camdor get transported a stupid-looking laptop.
I don't need any help!
Laptop computer?
Yes!
That takes them to a meeting with Florius, Moltor, and someone named Thrax, who turns out to be the son of Lord Zed and Rita Repulsa. What?
After all these years, I'm free!
He was sealed away by the Sentinel Knight and is now after the Sword of Excelsior, the only weapon that can fully wipe out the Sentinel Knight for good. Thrax wants to take the Rangers out, thinking that assembling the villains together, they can make it work.
I can barely remember what life was like before Operation Overdrive.
I can. Boring.
She said before Overdrive, Mac, not during it. Have you seen the show? Nothing happens. Look, let me take this quick detour real quick. Look, I know, but look, listen, you know nothing of importance is happening in this show when they meet Thor, the literal god of thunder. And in the last time on Power Rangers recap, it's only things from the last minute of the episode. I felt so cheated, dude. So I just needed to mention that. Rose, this is your fault, literally. Thrax organizes a battle with the Overdrive Rangers and absolutely demolishes them, but it's nothing on what they did to Mac. You see all the stuff they did to Mac? What happened to him? Okay, like 90% of that stuff wasn't from this episode. I just thought it was hilarious. They tore him up, dude. All of the Rangers' morphers are destroyed in the process. Sentinel Knight saves them in the nick of time, but with the morphers out of commission, the jewels are left unprotected. I love seeing Rangers fighting without being able to morph. That's the thing that Power Rangers does from time to time that I appreciate a lot. Like, them knowing there's a strong chance that they won't win, too. Like, at least not easily. Like, I just love that. It's so nice. Like, you're gonna fight even if you don't have power. Right when they think it's finished, we get the surprise of a lifetime.
Hold on, guys! We need
Mystic Force Green, s.p.d Red, Dino Thunder Yellow, Ninja Storm Blue, and Mighty Morphin Black show up out of nowhere with their theme songs blaring. Except for Mighty Morphin, because I don't know, there must have been some legal issues Disney hadn't worked out yet regarding Go-Go Power Rangers or something, which is insane, dude. Saban was like, look, you can have literally everything, but you're not getting that main theme song. I need that money, dude. Go to hell.
It's great to be back.
Seeing the original actors was such a delight, and they all look so good. Now, when I say original actors, I of course mean in continuity. It would have been amazing to see Jack back as s.p.d Red, but canonically Sky was Red at the end of the series, and then Bridge was next in line. So, I mean, the writing is a lot of fun as expected. Callbacks, Bridge going into his normal rambly spiel, explaining things, Kira trying not to laugh because she knows how he is, even though she technically shouldn't because she's fought with him multiple times and had her memory fully wiped each time. Like, what the hell is you laughing at?
Don't even say it.
Now, what's crazy is they're meant to replace the Overdrive Rangers as a whole, something that you can imagine wasn't taken lightly. It happens pretty quick, but given the circumstances and how this world works, it makes sense that they need a quick fix to something this serious. A world without currently existing Power Rangers where monsters are scouring the planet for things that they have in their possession is terrifying.
Anyway, those Zords are unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't wait to get in the cockpit of that gyro driver.
As awkward as it is, it's interesting seeing Overdrive trying to figure things out while the insanely well put together fan service plays out. They're always so close and tight together, so them being set aside means they'll really have to be even closer. I don't blame anyone here. Overdrive clearly feels that they're not needed anymore, and they're not even being given anything to do. Them being out of the picture is indefinite. They just go back to their normal lives, and it really does hit you how hard it's hitting them. Now, I also don't blame Dr. Hartford. He doesn't even know what to do with fixing the morphers. He's so unsure on how long to keep them waiting, he just knows the world needs to stay protected and the jewels out of evil hands. So it's bleak on both ends. With the Morphin Grid's connection to Overdrive being severed, Adam takes the Legend Rangers to Angel Grove to find Alpha in a comically designed storage crate. Can I talk about the music here? really tiny, like minuscule nitpicks,
No.
right? During the fight, each Ranger's theme song is playing, which is cool to an extent, but they're not cut well, like at all. Like they just play, and then when the next Ranger comes in, the music stops, and then the next song starts. Like they're not cut to end smoothly. Also, it's only the theme songs. Like anytime the Rangers are fighting, their respective theme song plays as if the show is trying to remind us what show they're from. Dino Thunder and Ninja Storm didn't really have their own OSTs in a unique sense. They basically had the exact same score outside of their own respective theme songs and maybe one or two other songs in between. S.p.d. had some good fight music they could have used, and I'm sure Mystic Force as well, but they just opted for only the theme songs. They played quite a bit throughout this two-parter. Adam's theme is sick though. After learning what Thrax wants, Mac meets with Rose to find the whereabouts of Excelsior. This is when she tells the rest of the team. The goddess that holds the blade comes to life, entrusting the sword to them. Excelsior is returned to Sentinel Knight, bringing him back to a physical state.
I've never actually been inside the grid before, but I'll try my best.
Adam and Dr. Hartford are able to bring Alpha back online, and he infiltrates the Morphin Grid himself to work his magic. It's at this point that the villains come together with an army, and every Ranger posts up in one of the greatest sequences of all time.
It's Morphin time!
Ninja Storm, Ranger Force! Dino Thunder, power up!
S.p.d. emergency! Magical source! Mystic Force! All right!
I can't tell you just how insane this fight is, especially with this two-parter being entirely original footage filmed for Power Rangers only. Koichi Sakamoto and his team worked it, combining the strengths of each Ranger team and their weapons, making them unique and mesh well with each other. The color matchups you'd expect. Hearing the Ranger themes play out here made it even better. Adam wearing the Overdrive Defender vest made me scream.
Now you've made me mad.
Johnny Young Boss showing his amazing prowess as a voice actor.
More phenomenal!
That's not even a word and I agree with you.
This is the kind of thing that makes me love Power Rangers so much. Like, they didn't have to do this. Sentinel Knight comes to life and wipes out Thrax like it was nothing, and the Rangers win.
Power Rangers forever!
This crossover was amazing. Now, if you're not watching this from the eventual Overdrive retrospective compilation or haven't seen my past videos on Overdrive, which you should, just know that I've mentioned this time and time again that Overdrive tends to meander a lot. There's been many times where an episode feels like it's just happening and nothing of plot relevance comes through until the final 5 minutes. Like I mentioned earlier about the whole Thor thing, I took almost nothing from that episode because of how much I felt like it wasted my time. However, what Overdrive excels in, strangely, to me at least, is keeping the plot flowing when it's connecting to past Ranger series in some way. The Defender vest in Overdrive was specifically created using a scale from Fireheart, the dragon from Mystic Force, and I think that's such a cool, random thing to connect with, right? Here, the son of Lord Zed and Rita was sealed away by the Sentinel Knight and returns to find the Knight's sword to destroy him. The Overdrive Rangers are put through tough times and have to find their worth. When they continue fighting, even without their powers, a goddess rewards them by lending the sword that Thrax was in search for, denying him in the process. And that not only revives Sentinel Knight's physical form, but the sword being back in this anniversary crossover episode also creates a bridgeway to the eventual battleizer. What? So much is flowing at just the right pace, and I wish this was how the show operated ordinarily. The only thing I kind of wish we got a bit more of with this crossover was the Legend Rangers interacting with Overdrive. The writing was there, and we saw early on them pushing the connection between Bridge and Dax both being these goofy characters, but then they never spoke together again.
This guy got promoted and I got promoted, and that's why I'm the Red Ranger. Or rather, will be.
Makes sense to me.
And at the end, they kind of tried to make it seem like Overdrive was gonna miss them, but from what we saw, the only time they really expressed excitement with the Legend Rangers was when they were fighting and had their powers back. This two-parter has so much heart, but I feel in terms of writing the characters intertwining, they missed some important steps needed to establish a meaningful connection with everyone involved. Regardless, this is something that they did not have to do, as I mentioned earlier, and it was meant to celebrate the, at the time, 15th anniversary of the franchise, which at the time of recording this, was almost 17 years ago. Oh my gosh, dude. Once a Ranger is a mantra that will live on forever, and the team up that led it is a masterful piece of media preserved for all time. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger.
But once a Ranger,
Always a Ranger! Go Power Rangers!
Gogeta Super, Amanda, Austin, Brandon, Chaco, Daniel, Emilia, Grace, Helen, Ian, Julia, Luke, Matthew, Quirky Girl,